Hello my fellow gamers, Simple Geek Gaming, and welcome back to what is now episode 6 from the Codex server. And as you can see behind me, I have done an almighty amount of work since the last episode. And one thing that strikes out, it just looks absolutely blooming brilliant. I must have spent a good long while doing all of this, and I am actually quite happy with all the results on it. It just, I don't know, it looks really different, and just like something you just case of I've just dumped a load of TNT in it and just blown it up to Kingdom Come. Or it's a tidied up little bit of a cave. But either way, it looks really good, and I am quite happy with it. So especially say if you were to come from the Nether portal and obviously head the way down, you'd obviously first thing you'd see, obviously I think I've done this before, is the fountain area that strikes out, and then you see the first little bits of stalactites coming down, and then see the rest of it. Either way, I am extremely happy with it, and actually, as you can tell, just looking at it, it looks really good. And if you see this in person, you just think, wow. And I think what the inspiration for this, I'm probably I just think of it like, if you know, seeing the Hermitcraft in Zuma, it's like an upside down version of his wastelands. Yeah, it's a little bit different, upside down version, but either way, same sort of effects, even though it's a much smaller area. And obviously I haven't got the sort of time he has to do a much bigger blooming cave system, but either way, for the first open area, it looks really good. I've still got to put like a pathway down, so we could stick gravel down, going all the way around the fountain, and then going all the way down here and into this little bit of tunnel. And obviously, like you know, since the end of episode 4, I haven't done anything on here because I've just been too busy doing other stuff and work, so it's really hard to try and get on this server and actually do what you want to do. But so now at least I'm on the server tonight, so I'm probably going to spend a good few hours getting some work done, and then we can get on to the next projects. So as for today's episode, obviously the first thing we said is to sort this pathway out. That probably won't take that long at all. And the next project is to make a little bit of a tree farm. And obviously I think I said at the end of episode 4 is obviously we come down this little tunnel. It's probably going to be a little bit decorated. Obviously I have a bit of a better pathway, obviously gravel mixed with grass. I'm not sure exactly which way you want to go. Because obviously we have that cave system that runs right underneath here. So it's a case of, do I want to go left or do I want to go right? Either way, I'm probably going to come into the cave system. So, or more likely not, I will have to integrate it somehow into this. It will be quite a challenge, to be honest. I'm not too phased by it. It's just a little bit more digging, but I think as long as I know what I'm doing, or I've got a good idea of what I want to do, then it shouldn't really take too long at all. So obviously, like I know, I'm going to get on with this because it's going to be a lot more digging, and I'll get back to you once I've got I've got the basis of the first room, obviously for the tree farm. Right, okay, for about 10-15 minutes later, and we have found this big ass open area of cave, and this should do perfectly for what we have in mind. I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do it or how it's going to be laid out, but my main priority, as you can see from the zombie literally right down there, and any other mobs that may have been seen, I've seen a creeper or two, so I'm going to have to be careful, is lighting this area up, and probably just have to open it up a little bit more as well. And as you can see from the torch, literally just right there, I have been exploring this area, but obviously with the size of it, I kind of chose not to come back, because I think the first time I came down here, I just got swamped by freaking mobs left, right and centre. So I chose not to come down here and just chose to run back up to the surface to some safety, basically. On the plus side, this area is literally really close to the garden. Obviously, yeah, you saw me, I've been digging down here, and this is the corridor, obviously, back to the garden. If we continue to jump up, and there you go. So, very close indeed. So, loads of area to clean out. So, at least this area I won't have to clean out. Is that another? Yeah, there we go. There is our friend Mr. Creeper. And he is going to come up. And if he comes to it, he might try and blow up. Because I remember one literally blew up as I opened this area up. And he was here. Boom. Blew. Right. I'm going to try and find a way down here. Contend with all the mobs. And that little creeper wherever the hell he's gone. And then try and light it up. So no more mobs to spawn. I might try and block some of the areas off to exploring on a later date. So I'm going to do that. And I'll get back to you once I've done it all. Right, the torches are now placed around this cave area, and one thing that I have to say is that was a lot easier than I originally anticipated, apart from one point when I was just having a look around the caves, found some redstone just as I was coming back up. Creeper comes down and I didn't have my blooming sword out. I was deciding to shoot him with the bow and I missed near enough every single shot, so he blew up. And I still survived, so that is a plus in my books. So obviously with these caves, the fun bit we've got to contend with is planning exactly what we are going to do with them. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do, but I'm going to have to go away and just think about it, because it's just an absolute huge open area. And I think this is one little area of the cave system you might not have seen if you haven't already seen some of my previous videos. It's just a complete maze down here. I think I almost got myself lost at one point, but luckily enough, if we just head back up this way, which way is it? I think it's down this way, is it? Yes, it is. If we just head down here, then head toward this towards this little water section, we obviously go towards this section, this open area, which you may remember from at least my second episode, because one of the open areas that was trying to clear out for absolutely ages, and obviously this heads all the way back up to here, and try not to fall down like a complete and not do it on. I don't know. So let's just jump back up here and I can show you. Obviously it goes directly back towards the stairs, which is a bit of a bonus really. I think with this section here I might just close it over, because I don't really see the point of me just cutting down this section, especially the fact that obviously I want everyone, including myself, just to come into this big open area and then head down this area into whichever corridors I will decide to build in the future. That is the fun bast. Now let's go head back down into this area. It's like I've completed a complete figure of 8 here. So, right. Okay, one thing I might consider is lowering these stairs and trying to get to come down all the way. I could actually shrink them down to 1, so it's one gap or something. That is one possible thing to do. But I have to contend with all the space I've got down here, or the limited space for these stairs to come down. This is going to be quite an intriguing section of the build, I think. Right, I'm going to have to go away, plan what I'm going to have to do, because I know for a fact it isn't going to be a 5-minute job. And then once I've worked out something, I'll come back to you and I'll explain it to you more in detail. Right, I am back, and as you can see, I have done quite a bit of work on this area, because as I said in the last cut, I was actually going to go away and think of what I am going to do with this place. And as you can see, I've made this start on it, though it's still a long way off, and I'm still not 100% certain on some things of it. But at least the main premise of it is that obviously you come down these stairs, which more likely than not I will be changing into the oak planks. That may take a while, but to be honest I'm not too fussed about it, because I've got an absolute bucket load of oak, which I've spent about maybe half an hour or so, maybe 45 minutes of just farming constantly. Yes, it was boring, but at least I got plenty of wood. Right, yes, this pathway obviously is not 100% guaranteed, though we are still trying to decide on a few other areas, but at least I've now near enough decided on the main thing, which obviously this main episode is about, and that is getting the tree farm up and running. And the thing that I thought about, obviously, if you come down the steps, you immediately buy all the vegetation, the green grass, blah 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 blah, and the tree farm, we are going to turn right, head down this way, and obviously continue down, and then go down this way, or something like down here. But obviously I'm not going to make it go down this steep path, because that is not exactly what I want. Because if we had to go down here, we have got this little lava pool, which is going to be quite fun to contend with, because I have absolutely no idea how deep the blooming thing is. Either way, we are going to try and have to avoid this, so it shouldn't be too hard, really shouldn't be too hard, because obviously I think with this section we're coming down here, and probably might include this little section, but try and block it off a little bit, and then just start the fun process. And I can hear another zombie. Where the hell is it? Oh, he's somewhere. Let me just put a line down so I know nothing can spawn down here. Right. Where was I? Yeah, I'm going to block this area up. I'm going to have to clear out more stone. That is another thing that I'm really not looking forward to, because I've already had to clear out so much stone, as you saw in the entranceway. So this is more stone that I'm going to have to do down here. This is the first of many areas that I'm going to have to clear. Righty then, guys, I'm back. I've said it's been a few days since I was last on this server, but that's primarily the fact that I've been working and also trying to make the most of this fine British weather. And it's been around about 22-23 degrees, so it's just obviously like us Brits, it's a case of have to make the most of it and try and top up on the tan as best we can. Either way, the weather is still glorious, and I just hope it continues. So either way, obviously since I've been back on, I have filled in the little hole, covering up that little patch of cave going down to that mini lava pool, if you remember. And also I have started work on the tree room, and as you can see, there's a good amount of stone cleared out, and most likely there will be more to clear. But we have hit a little bit of a snag, and that is the fact that obviously, as you can see, this huge underground ravine. On the plus note, obviously, seeing I've hit this, it means I have to clear out less stone. Pardon me, I'm just going to yawn, I don't know why. Figures. Anyways, as I was saying, yeah, it means I have to clear out less stone, but on the downside, it means I have to try and navigate this somehow and put the stone in without falling into the big ass lava pool. So that is very annoying. Remember when I found this, there was a zombie literally right up there somewhere, and as soon as I put these few little platforms out, I fell down there up to where the water is falling down. But obviously I blocked that off, obviously, so I had to so I could try and get back up. But I've had no end of trouble with blooming zombies. Literally, it's a case of, as you can see from the inventory, I have lost my really good pickaxe and my really good blooming diamond sword. Absolutely annoying. Primarily the fact that obviously when I was around here, I could hear blooming zombies groaning and blah blah blah. So digging around trying to find it, and when I was digging around, I ended up literally going right below the main garden area, and I seem to have came out, where was it? Somewhere up here, and then just fell down into lava. And it wasn't enough time, because by the time I surfaced, I was dead, so I lost everything. It was very, very annoying, and freaking hate zombies. And I only just got rid of another few zombies, literally just hidden away in a small section of cave that I didn't even know about. At least that area's been lit up, so the little buggers can't spawn there. Right. This is going to be a big job on my hands, because I'm going to have to clear this section of stone now, and then try and fill it in. Because what I'm thinking is, with this tree room, start off small and plant so many saplings in, and then I can obviously cut them down as and when I need them. And then once I've got more saplings, I can extend the room, and then that, because I don't see anything else being in this little bit of an area, so this could be one humongous room, which would be pretty cool. Obviously, as you can see, it's pretty big now, but wait till it's finished. So, as you can see, I have cleared out yet more stone for this tree farm area, and it is slowly starting to take shape. And obviously, as you can see, I've cleared it out to the back wall just to give myself a better idea of exactly how big this room is going to be. But we still got this little big obstacle in the way, and obviously, as you can see, it's all this stone, and I just have a feeling it is going to take the blinking ever, especially when you don't have a lot of iron. I've got a few iron pickaxes, but I want to save them for gold and diamonds and such. And you have it, just using stone is so annoying, because I know Metal Mercury has said he's going to offer to give me a beacon, but at the moment he still hasn't delivered it. But I do hope he does get round to it very soon, because as soon as he does, it will speed this project up massively, because I don't want to spend another few hours digging out yet more stone, because like when I was digging out the blooming garden area, that took forever, and this is taking forever because I've already spent a few hours on it, and it's going to be a good few hours more. Right, I'll get on with this, and I'll get back to you once I finally cleared it all out, and I can start sorting out where all the trees and such are going to go. Alright, as you can see, now the area has been fully cleared, and obviously it is a really good sized room, but literally not 2 seconds ago these two buggers would spawn, so I must have built this in a slime chunk, and here they come for me. Right, let's just get rid of these. Oh, this is actually pretty handy that I found a slime chunk literally in my base. Just wish I could actually see the slime chunk. How many slimes are we going to get? This is not what we were wanting just for this video. Let's just get rid of all these. So how many did we get from that? Oh, 8 slime balls. Right, that's pretty good. So anyways, back to this. As you can see, we have now cleared it all out, and it does look a lot bigger, and we've got plenty of room to play with. So I don't really see the point of extending it just yet. It's just a case of get this up and running, and then we can think about it in the future. And obviously what I've already done and gone ahead with is set out all the walkways for the individual columns. And as you can see, with the 4 spaces in between, obviously this is where the trees are going to go. And the only saplings I've actually got at the moment are, let me just remember, the dark oak, the oak, birch, and the spruce. Jungle saplings, I just haven't come across a jungle biome yet, so I haven't got a clue as to where they are. And the acacia ones, I know exactly where they are, I just haven't had the chance to go there and get some. Either way, it's going to be quite an intriguing one, because obviously with the spaces that I've built out or set aside for the trees, I think one day what I might do is set up some sort of semi-automatic tree farm. Obviously, like, you know, you put your bone meal in it, and then it automatically grows the tree and it pushes it along, so you can chop down at a much later time. So that is possibly one thing in the future, but for the moment it's just the complete manual tree farm. Obviously, you plant them, you grow them, you chop them down. I just wish it could be a lot more automatic. So I'm going to obviously get on with this. Just trying to think. We are probably going to have the walkways to, let me see, 2 spaces in to about here. I think that will do very nicely, so we can actually walk around all of the trees. And then we got the fun part of plonking all the soil we need for this before we actually come to get the trees in. Right guys, welcome back, and obviously it's been a few days since I was last on, but either way I've made another little bit of progress since obviously the last cut. And the first main one is obviously the ceiling. And obviously, if you remember, the ceiling height was only 7 blocks, but I had to go around and extend the ceiling, sorry, all the way across this room to give it a height of 10. This is because the birch trees wouldn't grow under the height of 7, because I've a little look online, and they don't grow. The minimum height for them to grow is 9 blocks. So obviously from here to there is 9 blocks. So if you just do this, boom boom, works like a charm. And another thing that I've actually done and gone round and done, obviously, is for the stairs. Originally, I was just going to use oak stairs all the way around, but I thought, literally not only 20 minutes ago, I thought, for the type of tree, which one it is, obviously this one's spruce, then we're using spruce trees, and so on. And I think it really helps, especially if you just want that certain type of tree. Though we still got quite a little bit of work to do on the area, obviously, like put wooden planks, obviously walkway, grass down here, and obviously cover this area up. Obviously this is going to be covered up with birch wood planks, and obviously on that side I've already covered it with dark oak planks, though I need to shorten it up by one because I seem to have extended it a little bit too much, but only by one block. But either way, it's not really much of an issue, to be honest. But to be honest, I am extremely happy with how it's turned out. Though to be honest, this I have to say, was one of the longest projects I've done today. I don't know how long it's taken. I think I've been working on this for about 4 days. Just to dig down, find the cave, and then find this route, or dig out this route, and just obviously circumnavigate the ravine, cover it over, blah blah blah. Just absolute almighty amount, and I'm so glad I'm near enough done. Though the other downside is I've still got more rooms to dig out. They're gonna be the absolute pains. I might do them off camera or do the progress update. I'm not sure yet. I'll still decide what to do for my next part. So either way. But unfortunately, we have come to the stage of the video where it's time to end, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's just one of those little things that has to happen. So if you have enjoyed this episode, let me just change the view, blah, blah, like so. Obviously, like I was saying. So if you have enjoyed this episode and would like to see much more, please make sure to like, comment, and most importantly, please subscribe, especially if you're new. And I'll see you next time.